You can use blocks. If you think that you want to use the same bricks that you use on the outside, you may do that. This is kind of preference. It doesn't, since it does not show, you can use anything that you have handy in the masonry material.
Now the bricks are staggered. In other words, they overlap.
Half bond.
Half bond, we call that.
Yes.
And that gives it strength and makes it look better
and
too.
And ties it together.
Ties it together. So then that's how you would start the second layer.
Your second course. Remember,
and you're just going to go around.
Try and get your first 3 courses level and plumb. It makes all the rest of the courses that much easier.
Okay, so you'll lay this one in, and then we'll show exactly how to level the second course and the on both sides, from the top and from the sides.
Yes. And all of this, you have to take your time. I'm doing it fast here in order not to take up too much film. But you'll want to do it much slower.
Yeah, take your time, get it right. Go slower. I mean, like we said, we have a few more years of experience. That's why we can do it a little quicker. But if you just go slow, you make sure all your joints are filled. And we'll show that later, how to rake it so the joints look real nice.
You can either rake the joints or strike them. Or sometimes all they do is sack off the joints. However, that's not a very good weather joint. So you want to either strike them or rake them, whatever your preference is. When you rake, you'll find it sets off the bricks real well, and it makes for a lovely job.
Okay, now we're going to take the level and show how we're going to balance that out.
Again, we do the same thing that we did on the first course. We go try and get this level first, then you go to this side. That's level already.
Okay.
And then we go over to this side, and again, this is fairly level. And we have the same thing here, and as you can see on the bubble, that too is level.
Yep, right in the middle there. Okay.
Now what you want to do, you come along here and you put your level in a vertical position right here. You see the bubble right there?
Let's take a look.
You want that plumb.
Let me focus that in.
Then you come over here. You want the same thing. There it is, plumb. Then you put the level lengthways, because you have a plumb point here, plumb point here. You want to tap this back a little, bring this out to the level a little. So and now you know that this side here is level and plumb. Then I go over to this side, do the same thing here. Again, I hold the level there. You see right there, it is plumb.
Okay.
I do the same thing here. Bring out the brick just a hair. Then again, put the level flat against the bricks. Tap the bricks out. And you can see where we're straight on this side.
And you can see by doing this, by either going, this is 24 inches by 24, we have no cuts to make.
The same thing you would achieve if you decided to go 20 by 20.
20 by 20.
Now I have the same thing over here. I plumb that corner. Then I bring my bricks up against this level, and we should be nice and straight. Now that's the last side over there.
So you got to make sure you get all 4 sides from 3 different areas: on top, up and down, and where the 2 bricks, the 2 courses that we made, we want to make sure that those are even together.
You always want to start out with the leveling of your material, and then you go to the vertical. Because if you do it vice versa, and you do the vertical first, you have a tendency to knock your bricks out and you lose the vertical. So go first horizontal, this way, this way, this way, and this way, and then go ahead and do your vertical. And that should serve you well.
All right, we'll come back when we have a few more courses laid up.
And with a satisfied owner too.
Yep. Hey Dad, we're up about 6 courses we've gone up. So why don't you just show them how you've leveled it from each of the different sides. I'll zoom in on the level and they can see that we got level on top.
And then, of course, we get the vertical.
So we got a vertical level. They got to make sure.
Now you can see where alongside here,
we've got a level there.
Constantly touch the level. We do the same thing here. We have it taken care of here. Then remember, we always go around first leveling everything, like here and here. As you can see, that is level. Then we do the same thing over here.
Mm-hmm.
And
so it's leveled horizontally and vertically.
yes, the plumb side is the vertical side. It is plumb there. As you can see, all of the bricks are touching properly. And then I'll turn here again, like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go over to this side, do the same thing here. And as you can see, we're pretty close to being plumb there.
Yep. And it all
And then the
touches,
same thing over on this
touches
other
flush
side.
with the level.
And then we'll touch it coming this way again.
So it all is flush. Now just you want to show them how to rake out. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it with a rake or by a striking. Since it fits the house, we're going to rake the joints out. So okay, I just want to show them an S joint. We're going to be raking this, but show them if they want to do a smooth joint.
In order to finish a joint with an S joiner, you can see you go again on the long joint, the horizontal joint. You take your S joiner, put it along this way.
And it just goes real smooth and easy. When they go from the ends, they should start from the end and work backwards. Is that right?
Well, whatever's, you know, whatever
So
they
don't
like
rake
to do.
the-
You can, I always
strike it
come
out.
in from the corners.
Right, that way it
like
doesn't knock
this,
the corners out.
Not to take the corners and break them out. If you do have it like here, where you need
Just
to
fill it
finish
in.
the corner, you go kind of like this, then hit your horizontal joints like this. Part here.
That's if they want a nice smooth look.
Now
But
I take the trowel, cut off the excess mortar, then go and restrike the bottom joints. As you can see, when you go the horizontal joints, you end up dragging the joint through the bottom joint. By going over it this way, you kind of eliminate that. And then you can take a light brush and brush this, and then later on take some cleaner and do this. Now, we showed you how to strike these. Now we'll show you how to rake these. We have this raking tool here.
and you can get the
that you
striking
see.
tool.
You can set this to the depth that you like. Generally speaking, you don't want to go much more than 3/8 to a 1/2 inch.
This gives it the rough look.
This here recesses it to the depth that you prefer. You can go a little deeper or you can stay a little shallower. But again, we get the long ones first. Come from your corners in so you don't break out your corners. Like this. Then you come in there like this.
And I'll zoom in.
And
You can see
again,
how you get the
here.
rough look.
Okay, now we have the horizontal. Now we go to the vertical joints.
So horizontal first, vertical.